Yep, let's do it.
Hello and welcome to the East Lampeter Township Public Meeting. All participants are now informed that this meeting is being recorded. This meeting is also being offered virtually utilizing Zoom, which is a cloud-based platform for remote video and audio conferencing. The Zoom application is free to the public. The general public is therefore able to join the meeting by connection through the internet or by calling in by phone. The public is also able to observe the meeting on the Township's YouTube channel. Please continue to check the Township website calendar for any updates related to these public meetings. Agendas for these public meetings will also be available on the Township's website. Please be reminded that this meeting is being video and audio recorded and will be posted to the Township's YouTube channel for viewing. The meeting will now proceed with the chairman calling the meeting to order and identifying all other members present in the meeting room and those joining the meeting via Zoom. The chairman will then confirm those members joining by Zoom can be heard.
Okay, I'll call to order formally the Thursday, July 18, 2024 meeting of the East Lampeter Township Emergency Services Committee. And because our meeting is being taped, we will conduct the pledge once again. Let's do that again. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice. And, why don't we go around the room? So we here, I think we have our attendance here sheet that helps us with that. Why don't we start in the audience, Roger?
Roger, East Lampeter Township.
Starting church.
Mike Kramer, Fire Company.
Dave Means, Lafayette Fire Company.
Pat Engler, Whitmer, Citizen Rep.
Dana Wimmerod, Citizen Rep.
I'm Mike Thornton, Supervisor.
Paul Fisher, and Fire Company.
Stephanie Johnson, Citizen Rep.
And River Rocks Fire Company.
Stephanie Floyd, Peter Township Administrative Assistant.
Ralph Hutchison, Township Manager.
All right, very good. First order of business is approval of minutes of the May 16, 2024 regular meeting. I have a motion to accept those minutes.
Mike, just one revision here. May 20th, the supervisor took action to switch around our reps. I'm now the main rep for Whitmer, and John Craitor Jr. should be listed as the alternate.
So at the time of the May 16 meeting, was this accurate?
This was still, actually, yeah, it would still be accurate, but yeah, from here on out, it needs to reflect that. Thank you. I didn't realize, yeah, it was a 16.
Not change the minutes because these are accurate for the.
Okay.
I can see it's updated to reflect what Mike just said.
Is it, all right. Yeah, my bad. Sorry, I forgot the meeting was before that.
Very good. Good. Do we have a motion to accept those?
Second.
Second, any discussion about edits, revisions, or comments? Hearing none, roll call vote. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And motion carries. And fourth order of business, old business. So we were just beginning some discussion on this, and we're starting our meeting again. So we'll just ask, these are reports from the fire apparatus replacement committees hand in hand.
No update at this time.
And from Lafayette.
Lafayette, the next is the pre-bill meeting in 6 months.
Happened there, Chief?
Basically review the specs, decals, final design, that kind of thing. If there are any changes that would take place.
Bronx.
We have a formal committee established for union. We're starting the process now. Still leaning towards refurbishment of that unit. And with the plans to refurbish it, we have moved the finances to pay the fire company share into an apparatus fund to specifically dedicate this.
And then B, under old business subcommittee reports, anything from public information?
Yeah, just give you an update. We did have a meeting here a couple weeks ago. Hopefully by now everyone's gotten a chance to take a look at the work from our previous efforts. The firefighter of the year article is in there. So the staff confirming feedback on that. And then we are also working on, we met, like I said, about a week ago, planning on the next newsletter article. And the plan is at this point is to focus on more of a fire prevention. And also there'll be a direct appeal for funds to support their local fire departments. I think the fire prevention article will be tailored towards kind of the children's perspectives and maybe have some interactive things for them to fill out. Basic fire prevention knowledge. And then we're talking about the possibility of having them be able to fill it out and then present it to maybe one of the fire stations. Or we haven't decided the detail yet, but maybe to be able to turn it in and then get a small either token like a prize or maybe a fire engine ride or something for the kids. So try to engage the children. But then there'll also be, that'll probably be the main feature of the article. But since will be coming like third quarter, we're also planning on kind of making a fairly direct appeal to the citizens to try to support their local fire company financially as well. So because I think that'll be the last one coming out in calendar year. Am I correct on that? Or?
Yeah, Bill, October 15, and then the next would be January 15.
Trying to figure that'll be the last chance. Usually, the year's a good time to ask for that. So that's the plan. Like I said, we're open to more feedback, comments on that. There has been gradual change on the committee. I should probably update everybody on that over the past year. I don't know if I've been updating you as we go, but currently the way the committee stands, from Birmingham, it's Amy Wissing and myself. From Lafayette, it would be Susie Sutton and Bradley Bell. Ronks is Andrea Grubel, and Whitmer is Desiree Creamer and Kyle Quillen. So that's the current status.
Some have been there and some new.
Most of those are, most of them were there. Myself and Amy are original. Susie had come on and Bradley had replaced, I think it was Violet and I remember who that was. It just Violet maybe?
DeStefano was replaced because she had a career move.
Yeah. And I think that was maybe 3 or 4 months ago. Andy Gribble has been on it from the beginning. Desiree, Mike's wife, has been on it from the beginning, and Kyle replaced, I think, Dakota on for Whitmer. So it's been, but yeah, there's been a good bit of continuity there. So I think by the end of the year, I'm planning on actually coming off the committee. So there'll be another change for Birmingham as well. I've been on it for a couple of years now. So I think as long as we can have some carryover, it's good to get some fresh blood, fresh ideas in there, and appreciate everybody supporting the committee. So.
Well, we were just talking about, hopefully everybody saw page 6 and 7 with the firefighters of the year for 2023 were those firefighters. And well-written, very interesting. The common themes as I saw it, you know, service, of course, is like what they do. That's a big part of their lives, but camaraderie is a big piece of it. They almost all commented on that, but very nice profession done.
I would anticipate probably that may be becoming kind of a feature, maybe a once a year type of deal where we do. Just felt it was a good way to make that, again, that human connection between, you know, actual putting faces, names, voices to the firefighters instead of this abstract fire company.
Yeah, I really like the, you know, just the few questions that you did ask them. I think that's great, and the way that was outlined, you know.
Yeah, so keep feeding us ideas through your reps who are here. So.
Kudos to you guys. Yeah, very good. Okay, finance subcommittee report.
Let's do it. We've got several of us that were.
We're pretty much done with the apparatus schedule. We were originally planning to bring it to tonight, but there were some changes in some of the dialogue at the end of the schedule. Max is redoing that, and we aren't meeting again until August. So we will have it at the September meeting. And then we did a restart on the contributions to the.
Okay, thank you for that. And human resources, volunteers.
My understanding from our rep is there was no meeting. I don't believe, I could be wrong. I don't think there was a meeting between, I know they skipped it.
I think they did delay that.
Yeah, so.
Okay.
I think next meeting is
September. Yeah.
September?
And we have
Okay.
a little trouble with scheduling the next one, so.
Really do like, I'll just go back to the newsletter on calendar activities. That is the next item under old business, but any comments? We'll just, any need to go through those, other than the reports from the departments?
Yeah, the ESC specific calendar stuff, there's nothing else happening until the October timeframe when everybody's supposed to be looking at capital projects for the coming year, sharing that information. So yeah, nothing really.
Okay. All right. And then we'll go on to our fifth order of business, new business, and just go around the horn for our departments. Again, there are some of the activities noted in the newsletter, but we'll just highlight those. We'll hand in hand.
I don't think I really have anything. It's been a busy month, 2 months again, but nothing that really stands out. It's pretty much business as usual. So
Ready for the marathon?
getting ready for the marathon, done with the auction. And so, yeah, got a barbecue.
Auction went well?
Auction went extremely well. Had some of the best weather we've ever had, which is half the battle usually for the auction. So
Yeah.
we had a very successful auction. And, yeah, it's just been busy. We did our town cleanup that I mentioned last time. And said, I mean, I don't feel like there's anything specific that stands out, but seems like every evening there's something going on. People are at the station doing something. So
Very good. And Lafayette?
This is under the Poland Fire Companies, right?
Yes.
So Jason sent me notes, as far as operations and staffing goes. We picked up a few new members, both fire and associate here over the past 2 or 3 months. I'm going to say maybe 3 people, 2 associates and 1 fire side. We continue to recruit at various community events. As of September 1st, actually it's going to be August 15th. We'll have 2 live-ins once again. That'll be at the Stevens Tech going to school. So they'll be bunking in with us. And we purchased a gear extractor and it is now installed and in service. We used the proceeds from the Fosnot Day event from Jan Fosnot, the ex-police officer for East Lampeter Township when he passed away. His wife started the Fosnot for Fosnot, where we sell the Fosnots in February. And the proceeds of that have been realized that we could purchase a gear extractor. So it's a washing machine basically that's made for washing fire gear. And that has been installed, and we will be placing a plaque to commemorate his memory at the machine. We recently implemented a participation incentive program. This goes along with the Human Resources and the Volunteer Subcommittee. There was a discussion about incentive programs. Our incentive program that we put in place, it's pretty basic, but it covers all members, fire, police, associate members, and fire members. And we're doing it as a trial, and we'll evaluate it at the end of the year and possibly increase the funding values if the criteria warrants it. We're funding that with part of our recruitment and retention budget. We just started that last year. We started a recruitment and retention budget of, I believe it was $4,000, and there's a good chance we may increase that. So basically what this entails is that if you participate so much time at the end of the year, we add up those hours. If you met a certain criteria, then you get a gift card for your participation. So it's a way of rewarding people for using their gas, whatever, their time away from their family, that kind of thing. Like I said, it's a pretty basic program now. And I think the total payout is probably somewhere in the area of $2,000 where we're at now. But if it does pan out, comes to fruition that we actually do gain more participation, then we may look at increasing those funds. Jason, yes. So I did listen to the discussion at the East Lampeter Township meeting the other night, the supervisors meeting, and I know that the radios were just purchased for the police. Yeah, they're costly for sure. And everybody in Lancaster County is tasked since the the county is moving to what they call phase 2. We're currently on a phase 1 system now. When we move to phase 2, our current radios, or most of our current radios, will no longer work on that system. The county has said that they will take care of the county side, and municipalities and home fire companies need to take care of their own. So we are tasked with purchasing radios. This doesn't affect every fire company in this township. It does affect Lafayette, as back in 2012, we purchased the Realm radios, which were pretty much the budget radio on the market at that time. Some of the other fire companies have purchased the Motorola, which was the top of the line at that time, more expensive. Others have gone through a phase approach over the last 10 years of upgrading their radios. Lafayette has tried to get as much life out of the Realms as possible. So we'll be faced before 2027, which is the end date. We need to upgrade by with about $140,000 expenditure to upgrade our radios. So we do have a plan in place to make that happen. We'll be using funds that probably could have been used elsewhere. There's been some pushback to the county. Thanks for countywide communications. Will we see some special pricing? Will there be bulk budget pricing, that kind of thing? Will there be a county grant? Is anybody working on a grant as they did back in 2012? There was a grant, and the answers to all that have been no, not this time. We did put out for the ARPA grant with the county. We put in for new radios. We were denied. They felt that was a municipal responsibility. So we lost out on that. We did apply for several grants: Walmart, Wawa, Enbridge, Norfolk Southern. There's probably about 8 of them I think we put in for. We were awarded 1. So it will defer the cost by $5,000 for new radios. We'll put in for all these grants again next year, and hopefully we'll be able to purchase those radios next year. That purchase, it'll be reported in the third quarter reporting, and we'll most likely be using the VFRA, the relief funds that we receive in October of each year. I believe we will have enough saved up to go ahead and upgrade our radios before the end date.
What is the end date again?
January 2027. It's January 1st, 2027.
You're not all facing that?
I think, I'm not sure, each company is a little bit of a different position. I know we're in between, my understanding, talking to our in-house radio guru, Doug, and he's doing some research on it. My understanding is the Motorola's will need a software update or some type of an update, which will be, minor compared to buying new, but still be a cost there. And then we have a few Realms we'll have to replace. He's still doing research on it, but I've got a couple-page report from him on that. And we're gonna be facing some costs. If I had to guess, and I probably shouldn't guess, but if I had to guess, I'd say maybe $50K in our case is probably gonna be the cost. And again, they're still doing research on it, because these things it seems like it's a little bit of a moving target in terms of technology, what can be upgraded, what has to be replaced, and all that. So, but we are very aware of it. Like I said, I know he's they've been in communication with county, and I know the county chiefs, and it's a pretty hot topic.
So there are radios out there that might just need an upgrade.
There are some that just need an upgrade. Yeah, some will be upgraded, some will have to be completely replaced, is my understanding of it. Yeah.
But wrong statement.
It's gonna affect all our radios. We have Realms and every single one of them.
For Lafayette, what's the quantity for the number of radios? Do you know?
Total radios, mobiles, portables, and the base station is 42.
42.
Good to know. Appreciate you breaking that down too. Anything else on your report?
Yes, I do. But we're just tasked with upgrading the radios. Fence. Unfortunately, looks like Lebanon County and Chester County, when they did their upgrades, they purchased the fire company's radios, but Lancaster County is not doing that. ISO testing, hose testing for all 4 fire companies will take place at Lafayette next week. It's a 3-day, 4-day event where each day one of the fire companies has all of their hose pressure tested to make sure that it meets requirements for ISO, so we can keep our rating. As far as funding goes, we had our state cook-off. It was a successful event, but our profits were down due to the cost of goods. And there was also less attendance for people who came because the weekend that we had our state cook-off, there were actually a lot of other events going on nationally. So we'll expect to see some of the proceeds be less than in prior years, only because of the attendance issue. Capital Campaign Committee, this is for the truck, the ladder truck. It continues to meet, but we're in silent phase right now. We're starting to begin to actively reach out to businesses to secure some funding towards the ladder truck. And our annual fund drive, a request to the citizens for support. We're at a similar pace of return as last year, but our numbers are down slightly. Upcoming events, we have the kids camp August 2nd and 3rd, the cadet camp, and our extra vehicle coming up.
Super hot weather may be over by the camp, but it was hot last year.
Yes.
Okay,
That's all.
okay, thank you. Thank you, Dave.
Just a question about, you mentioned extra give. Dollar value for that you normally get?
It varies.
Okay.
When we first started it, I think we were able to generate about $7,500, and then one year to close to 14, and then the next year we were down around 8. It just depends.
Okay.
Depends on the feel of the public and how much money they have. To support.
Sure. Great, thank you.
Dave. And Dave, Bronx.
Just got a couple things. First, the rescue strut system is in service. The rescue had a compartment redone to store everything in. We had mounts made, so everything's stored properly. And trains started on that, and there is one more night of training on the new strut system, which is this coming Monday. So they are officially in service. We will be doing some driveway parking lot sealing. We did go to bid, and the bids came in under the threshold, so it's just an FYI. We will be doing it, but it's falls under the township threshold. They've already gone already. So happens.
All right, thank you. Anything from our citizen reps before we go back to the township? Okay. Oh, where'd I go? Sorry.
A couple months ago.
Sorry about that.
August 3rd, we have the community cornhole tournament at the firehouse. August 13th, Child Protect Vaccination Clinic. August 21st is the blood drive. And August 16th and 17th, we'll be doing 750 dozen a year of corn. That'll give us enough corn for our 3 ox roasts. We've also took a couple of members in over the last 3 months. Couple of them came with experience, so that's good. Just one of the issues we're running into right now is some of the older guys that are stepping out of it. We're some of the guys that ran 80 to 90% of the calls. These newer guys that are coming in are only running, 10 to 15%. So it takes, 4 or 5 of them to make up for one of the older guys that's stepping out, because we're battling against 2 working people and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Sports and
Yeah,
it's been kind of a struggle.
sure. With that, with the article you sent, Dave, certainly that's something that our company's definitely struggling with.
Dayside for sure. Dayside right now. Usually have about 4 guys around, but it's tough. There's just not a lot of guys working night shift anymore and around during the day that have the time to volunteer, or their business does not allow them to leave, unfortunately. That's all I got.
That's my good friend. I'm sorry for jumping through there.
No worries. Opportunity this time.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, from the township.
Just wanted to mention that since the money's been talked about, you guys might already have this, but we got a funding resource guide book from Senator Martin's office. So we got extras, so for every fire company. if there's some ideas in there, some opportunities, hopefully it helps. Appreciate everybody updating their driver's lists and getting us receipts for fuel cards. And if there's any questions about any of the projects or developments going on in the township, I'll try to answer.
Route 30 paving, Hutch, how soon do they anticipate being done with that? Is there a timeline with that?
I'm sure there is. We don't get the schedule from PennDOT's contractor, so I haven't heard. My best guess is that it'll probably be done by fall. That might not include the new traffic signal equipment at 896 and 30. That's still in process, I believe.
And that's a streetscape match of the design of the
Right. The signal equipment will look like
arms.
the signals at the.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
And the crosswalks, they're gonna pave and then they'll mill out the new crosswalks. The crosswalks will look like the ones at Oakview Road.
Very good. Anything else? Good. Okay. Appreciate, got some positive feedback from folks that are using the alerts,
Okay.
the township alerts.
Yeah, we're still getting trained on that. The alerts that went out for the high excessive heat are sort of automatic systems, so we didn't generate those, but they go out anyway.
Yeah.
So we're still working internally on setting that whole system up, so we'll be in contact with everybody about that.
Okay. Very good. Next on the agenda is any public comment? Anything from the public? Everything's good, Roger?
Yes. I thought the article in here about the firefighters are done very well.
We commented before, Roger, because you and I go to the Supervisor Association conference, and you do see different publications, and you see the quality of that people are doing that, but ours is just as good or better. It really is. I mean, it's the committees really has a good eye for it. And text, the way you use the text, pictures, interphasing the titles and stuff, just really good. Something we can be very proud of. Yes. Okay, nothing else? We'll take a motion to adjourn. In a second.
I'll second.
In a second.